Statistical offices in CEE published their flash estimates of GDP growth for the first quarter this week. All CEE countries showed a positive quarter-on-quarter growth, apart from the Czech Republic. The Czech economy contracted by 0.8% quarter-on-quarter in seasonally adjusted terms. Now I'm connected to Martin Lobotka in Prague. Martin, the question is pretty obvious. What happened?
Well, it's not that easy to answer, though. It's truly baffling. As you said, all the countries around us posted the positive growth rates. I mean, be it Slovakia, Poland, Germany, even Hungary did so. And so that's very disappointing that the Czech Republic didn't do so. Moreover, this was the largest Q-on-Q drop of the Czech economy since 2009, which was at the peak of the crisis. So that all makes it a very strange occurrence. And frankly, we don't have much to go by. I mean, this was a preliminary release, so we don't have a detailed structure yet. And the only thing that we can do from the fragmentary information that we have from the Statistical Office is to try to guess. But I mean, making a guess is also very complicated because Czech Statistical Office said that the household consumption, which last year was the biggest drag on growth, stabilized. So it's not being a negative contributor to growth anymore. Moreover, the Statistical Office said net exports didn't do anything, which is strange because this was the driver over 2010, 11, and 12, and in the first quarter, the data actually pointed to net exports adding something to the growth. So I mean, it's very baffling. The only thing that I could think of is that the fixed investments plummeted. We're gonna have to probably wait for the final data. They'll come out in June, and maybe we're gonna see some revision of this data. Statistical Office has a habit of revising the data quite often. They did so very recently. As far as the household consumption is concerned, they first said that it was very weak last year. We said, no, that doesn't make sense. Then they revised it closer to what we thought. So maybe that's going to be repeated again. Because the way the data stands right now, it just doesn't add up.
Okay. I would have loved to ask you when you think the economy will bottom out and what is your GDP cost forecast for the year. But I guess we have to wait a couple of weeks until it is more clear what actually happened recently, right?
Yeah, that's true. Before this data came out, we expected that the economy was bottoming out in the first quarter, maybe in the second quarter of this year. With what we just got from the Statistical Office, it's just very unlikely that it did so. And so we're going to have to wait until the final data come out in June. But given that the leading indicators in Germany worsened over March and April, it's very unlikely that the economy will have bottomed out by the end of the second quarter of this year. Provided that the German economy doesn't, or the Eurozone economy doesn't sink deeper into the recession, we can see some positive growth rates in the second quarter, but certainly it's going to be very slow. As far as the actual GDP forecast for this year is concerned, well, you're right that we're going to have to revise it down, but we're going to wait for Statistical Office to actually confirm this data that came out this week, and then if it's really minus 0.8 Q-on-Q, then we're going to have to revise the forecast from the current minus 0.3 year-on-year to around minus 0.8, 0.99 at least.
Martin, thank you very much for taking your time. Dear viewers, thank you very much for your time. Hope next time we have better news about the Czechs.